Good morning everybody. Today is a Friday and it happens that I have a TI session for Sony FS5 part 3 and there's a goose here. Very scared now. I hope it doesn't attack me. Fucking hell. Yeah, so I have a training for Sony FS5 part 3. I assume it's utilizing the 4K RAW on the Sony FS5, and now it's about 8:30 or 8:35 in the morning, and I'm trying to get there as early as possible because I want to eat my breakfast first at the cafe which is near to the media center. So yeah, I'm not sure by the amount of people who is going to attend this TI session, but I assume it's just a little amount of friends who is going to attend a TI session because most of them already went back for summer holiday. So I will see how later. What do you think about a 4K Blackmagic Cinema Pocket Camera?
It's amazing, probably the best camera of 2019.
That's your favorite camera?
My favorite camera? No.
It's right here, Marcus. It's right here.
We have to steal it, Winston. We have to steal it.
It's your favorite camera?
Yeah, I wish I could have it.
Okay, you're holding it now.
Don't upload this to
Upload.
The reason you use one of these is if you're shooting it in log and you're using something like DaVinci Resolve, you can hold this up at the beginning of your shot, and then in DaVinci Resolve you can get a little overlay that you place along all of these colours, and then you can click a button and you can remap the S-Log image to the specific colour values that it's referencing, so it colour corrects. It's essentially a way to colour correct your image. It'll say, they're called colour passport check.
Man. Good man. And we have Richard here. Welcome to the vlog. How many more projects you need to go to 365? About 100 more, I guess. Freeze frame. Okay, here we are. Blackmagic. This guy's excited.
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very easy to use camera. It's got a lot of great specs to it. It's got a great touch screen. It looks sexy.
Oh.
Yeah. And how's the materials?
The materials.
Yeah.
They're good. They're like I think they're a very lightweight polycarbonate type.
There you are. This guy. We were searching for this camera in Manchester. This guy wants to find this camera. Oh.
They're very hard to get at the moment.
Yeah.
The back order is insane on them.
Oh man, look at that.
Are they like released already to the market, like for everyone?
Yeah, they are, but it's just on
why
back
is it
order.
so difficult?
Because it's on back
order.
So what?
Back order, so it means a lot of people have ordered them and they haven't made enough yet to supply it to all the people. So Pro AV, who we got this from, this came out about 6 or 7 months ago. They are still fulfilling their back orders, which is insane.
Just like making aeroplanes.
Just like making aeroplanes. And then this is...
Look at that.
You won't be using this next year because it's for level 5, but
Atomos.
this is the new Atomos.
Shinobi, the new one. Oh, the new one. You got this, the packaging right here. Shinobi.
We'll go outside, bro, by like the greenery or something.
For the Blackmagic, are you going to like in the university next year? How many of them are you going to have?
We've only got 2 at the moment
2.
because it's essentially a test to see if people enjoy using them, and if people do enjoy using them, then we're going to obviously try and get more.
And the setup is going to be with the bit of batteries and the SSD attached.
This thing is expensive.
So the SSD is in here at the moment. It's underneath. So
oh really?
It's got underneath. If I undo this.
Oh, T5, T3.
Yeah, so that's a 1 terabyte drive, SSD
How
drive.
big scale?
And then you have your USB-C coming through here, going into
Wow,
there.
insane.
And then what we're gonna have as well is an additional battery plate on top of here, which houses, you know, the MPF Sony batteries that we use in a lot of other things, connected to there, and that goes into a fake battery under here. So you're gonna get like an hour and a half per
Instead
battery.
of the V-Logs, the
because
MPF.
because the V-Locks are obviously quite big, and you can get an attachment for underneath, but it makes it more bulky, and then it costs a lot more money. So at the moment, while we've got a couple, the MPF batteries are like 50 quid. We've got something called a little juice box, which sits on here that connects, and then that, if you've got 4 of those batteries, you're gonna have like 6 hours of record time, something like that. So it should be pretty good.
Marcos. So now you already play and test with this camera. Do you recommend this type of camera to students like Marcos, graduate students?
Hell yes!
Hell yes! Mint.
Hell yes!
Oh,
I do. It's a really, really good camera. As long as you don't care about autofocus, because it doesn't have autofocus.
understand.
Is it a rolling shutter or global shutter?
It's a rolling shutter.
Oh,
It is. It's not a global shutter.
And the rolling.
It's micro 4/3 sensor, which means you do not have a lot of rolling shutter in it. It's very minimized.
How is related the size of the sensor? With
Full
that?
frame sensors, much more rolling shutter. It's
Mhm.
a bigger
Bigger,
area, which
yeah.
means it has to scan the frame
More-
and it takes longer.
Okay, makes sense.
How does it handle low lights?
Dual native ISO,
Holy.
so it goes up to, let me see if I can remember what it is. I think it's 3200 ISO and 400 ISO are the dual natives.
Oh.
What that means is it has 2 circuits in the sensor. So normally you have 1 circuit that goes to the sensor, that's its native, then you increase or decrease, it's just digital noise gain. This has 2 circuits, so when you're using 400 ISO it uses 1. When you change to 3200 it switches the circuit and resets the native ISO, so you have good low light performance at higher ISO values. Smile.
Okay, here we
Okay.
go. Let's go.
You should have asked me all these questions when we're outside. I'm
Okay, yeah.
What do you like?
Should we collect our stuff from the shoot studio? Or?
Oh, later also
You can
okay.
leave- You can leave it in there. 'Cause we're
Okay.
only, I think we're only going to be out here. It's just to get some shots because they keep asking us for these photos. We only got the camera last week.
Okay, we're going out now. Bringing
Do you
the.
want to get a photo, right? Do you want to... So, I'll say random things about it.
Okay.
I suppose, then. So, it has a touch face screen here, so it's a 5-inch touch screen. You've got things like false color guide already on it, so you have a lot of those big visual guides that you have to get on external monitors. You have internally, like the waveform, like the false color, like the zebra stripes, all those kind of things. You've got different types of cards that you can use. So you have CFast and SD card in here, and then you've also got your SSD in there, so you've got 3 different types of recording.
You still have to
really useful.
connect the cable.
Yeah, you'd have to connect a cable that would just go into the USB-C port there. The cage rig is obviously brilliant because it means you can add an external handle on. You've got all of these 1/4-inch screw threads, so you can put loads of different things on it. You've got this rail system at the top, which can move backwards and forwards, and it's a NATO mount as well, which means it's a very strong mounting system, so it won't ever unscrew or untighten very easily.
It's made of what? Sorry?
It's a very strong metal, and it clamps onto it instead. You've also got this rail system here, which can allow you to have a rod on it, so you could put this, for example, on a rod at the side as opposed to on here. You've still got 3 different cold shoe mounts as well, which is incredible because you've got one here as well. You've got a micro XLR cable, so you've got professional XLR inputs on it.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Okay.
Carry on doing the last.
Yeah, very nice.
carry on.
Woo, bye
How
bye.
is the camera sampling in here?
422 10-bit.
Not 12-bit, 444.
Yeah, 12-bit RAW as well.
Oh.
You can shoot RAW internally in this camera.
But when you're shooting RAW, do you have bit depth?
Yeah, it's 12-bit.
Really?
12-bit. Oh,
12-bit.
insane
But
for
you've
this
got
camera.
ProRes built in 422, which means you don't even need an external recorder. This is just a monitor, not a recorder.
And if you want to record in 444, ProRes 444.
I don't know if you can do 444 off the top of my head.
Okay, bye bye.
Does it matter that we don't have a battery in there, Rich?
Can't really see that side of it.
Cool. Even
So
from
if
the
someone spots that and goes, there's no battery in the back of it, they can get stuck.
yeah. Anything else about
Wow.
it that's kind of interesting?
So, huh?
The rig is super cheap. So, small rig, if you ever want to buy rigs for your own cameras, buy small rig, they're amazing. So, that rig itself, and it's a full machine metalled, full one piece of aluminium, I think it is, 97 quid. The handle is about 30 quid. That handle is about 60 quid. So all in all, for the entire rig, which you can pretty much put anything on, it's costing you under 200 quid.
Yeah, under 200.
Which is really, it's probably more like 150. And you can get lots of other things that you add on, like you could get additional mounting points for these, you could get more data rail mounts, you could put some cold shoes onto here if you wanted. If you wanted to put the V-lock underneath, you could do that kind of stuff.
Do you recommend to invest in maybe micro four third lenses or buy a speed booster and then
It depends. It depends what you want for it. So if you're using micro four third lenses, your benefits are they're smaller, they're lighter, they're more cost effective, and
cost
they're
effective?
cheaper. In terms of a Canon lens is going to cost you a lot more on average than a micro four thirds lens because it requires more glass because it's bigger. And your autofocus, it has like press autofocus where you just press it once, it will just do a quick autofocus and that's it. It won't continuously autofocus. You'll get that with those kind of lenses. The downside is that with a metabones like this, you can actually make the sensor appear bigger than it is.
Oh.
So this is a micro four thirds sensor, but actually with this on, it makes it a Super 35 sensor, which is essentially
Oh.
a +5. Yeah. And
Wow.
So
0.71.
this is so it's a 0.7. So it essentially changes. I think it's what's the sensor size now? The crop. I think it's a 2 times crop if you're using micro four thirds. So a 50mm would be a 2 times crop. When you put this on, it makes it a 1.5 or 1.3 times crop. So it means that you're getting a wider field of view from your lens. But it also means you're letting more light in, so it's even better in low light with a meta booster. I think it's about by 1 stop, something like that. About 1 stop. So it's really, really useful in that sense. Hey guys.
Oh,
Blackmagic 4K.
L6 coming in already. L6. Da-da-da. You're in a vlog.
No,
Shoo.
yeah, we just needed to get some product shots to send to Small Rig because they gave us a cage and they wanted some product shots. So Rich has just taken some.
Maybe early next year.
Record. So what do you think about this camera compared to FS5 or FS5 Mark II for like graduate student after finish?
This has got better colour science than an FS5. Blackmagic's colour science
Yeah,
is
it's
beautiful. It's got better internal codecs because it's a newer camera. The things that you're giving up with a camera like this are the size. So some people prefer bigger, heavier cameras because they're better to stabilise in your hand when you're doing handheld shooting. You're also getting rid of some vital ports. For example, the ability to control your volume levels as easily because you don't have all the volume dials and stuff like that. You have less buttons in general on it. But the benefits are you're getting better internal recording, you're getting better colour science, you're getting a big, bright touch screen. You can have the ability to rig it with lots of other things like the Atmos Shinobi. You can add great recording capability with things like the SSDs, which a lot of cameras don't do, and that goes into the USB-C. The form factor is better in terms of you can put it in a smaller bag, take it up a mountain much quicker. That also means that rigs that you buy are smaller, so gimbals are smaller, it means sliders are smaller, jigs are smaller, track and dollies are smaller, all those kind of things. So you're gaining a lot of benefit from this kind of camera. Sensor-wise, it's a smaller sensor than an FS5, but you can make it appear bigger with things like a Metabones. Most independent small production houses, I imagine, will be buying these kind of cameras. If you are a small independent production house, they're incredible to get.